on this week's episode of The Chris and Andre Show. Pop culture.
Who's worse, Zack Snyder or James Gunn?
Oh, James Gunn, like a millionfold.
Get the fuck out of here. You are so full of shit.
That's where we're at?
Yeah, that's where we're at. You're going to sit here and tell me that Zack Snyder, who produced that fucking abomination that was that shitty zombie movie in Las Vegas.
Yo, if I shoot you dude like that, that's what.
You take a lot of joy out of your pain.
I swear. Like,
he said, don't talk about my dude. He said, get the fuck out of here, James Gunn. That dude walks on water. Yo, he's garbage, yo.
I'm not saying that guy gets it all right, but I'm saying I would take him over Zack Snyder to direct my film any day.
If they're both booty garbage.
But I asked you which is worse, and you told me it was James Gunn, and you could not be wronger.
Have you seen The Suicide Squad?
You know that I have because we talked about it on this podcast.
It's fucking garbage, yo. It's fucking garbage.
Okay. Have you seen any of Zack Snyder's films?
Justice League Snyder Cut?
Yeah, 4.5 hours. The dude needs almost 5 hours to tell a decent fucking story. I'm sorry.
Yo, I fuck with Zack Snyder on that level more than I fuck with James Gunn.
I bet you do.
Yo,
How's your wife feel about that?
James Gunn is fucking garbage, yo. Like, he's fucking garbage.
I still haven't seen the Snyder Cut yet. I told myself I was going to.
You gotta watch that shit. Yo, that's your homework, yo. You should watch the Snyder Cut so we can, like, both.
All right, look, if Joe watches the Snyder Cut, you gotta watch Spider-Man.
I bet you 25 cents Joe's gonna agree with me that after watching the Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder is a better director than fucking James Gunn.
Joe, what are your thoughts on James Gunn and Zack Snyder without having seen the Snyder Cut?
James Gunn, I don't really have no opinion on him. I've seen his stuff.
Garbage.
He hasn't really blown me away with anything.
So you didn't care that much for Guardians 1 or 2?
Yeah, he's fucking bullshit.
You know, I think Guardians 1's a lot better than
here.
I think Guardians 1's a lot better than the second one because Guardians 1 had more to gain.
Yeah,
impressions wise, the second one was good, but
was Iron Man 1 worse than Iron Man 2?
What? You can't flip the switch.
No, I'm just saying. How often does the sequel live up to the original?
Yeah, but James Gunn, he was sucking himself.
I'm one of those guys who actually liked like Captain America: Civil War and Iron Man 3, which I know a lot of people hate, but I
enjoyed
like
Iron Man 3.
So I'm like sequels. Marvel out of any of these little nerdum.
Thor 2 was way better than the first one.
Yeah, I was saying Marvel's been hitting it like maybe not out of the park, but on the head.
Don't even shake your fucking head on that. You telling me you like the first Thor better than Dark World?
Dark World is fucking garbage.
But compared to the first Thor,
okay,
God.
Thor 1 was better than Dark World.
Thank you.
Bullshit.
That's not even a discussion.
That's not a conversation.
It was so perfect to the source material. See, if you could feel the character coming off the comic book, it was wonderful. The second one was just garbage.
Damn.
Ragnarok was a refreshing take.
Ragnarok.
Oh God, we just lost Joe. God, that's
no, back to the original question. So I have wanted to like Snyder, but he it's like he plays a good game and then he loses it at the end.
I mean, you want to talk about
he hasn't landed anything for me yet. That's why I bought this. Don't get it twisted.
That's James Gunn.
I still support his ass. I bought the 4K
I'm saying
4K
Zack
version.
Snyder sits there and fillets himself just as well as James Gunn does.
Have you seen Justice League Snyder
Did
Cut?
you see Army of the Dead?
That's not the
Joe.
That's not the content in context.
What?
I swear to God, do you want to get booted off this podcast permanently?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah, I'm like, I liked it. It was fun to watch.
I didn't watch that shit.
What the fuck, dude? What
What's
did
not
you
to like
enjoy
about
that?
zombie babies?
No, literally everything. Nothing about that movie made any sense. There was no logic in the plot. They show you all these dead zombies that supposedly come alive in the rain, and
I
yet
love
they're
that.
never come alive in the rain.
I know.
You don't, there's
They were
no
leaving-
payoff. Check
they
out
had
his gun.
Dude, he probably did that to set up another sequel.
No, no. Zack Snyder doesn't get to set up anything else with this. This isn't
You
like
say
I'm
that.
going to build my
say that.
world
How you
in
gonna-
this one film with
How you
Dave
gonna-
Bautista
How
as
you
my
gonna give that?
emotional lead.
Dude, he obviously set it up because the ending of the movie shows it's a continuance.
Yeah, no, I get it, but it's fucking garbage. It was so bad. Oh, some of the zombies are robots. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, that was weird, but I liked
If you
it.
fucking happen to notice, which I didn't.
Yeah, the sparks coming
the
out of
first
them.
3 times that I happened, like
The
that it
first time I
happened
watched
on
it,
screen.
I saw the sparks. I'm like, the hell? And I
Yeah.
replayed it. I'm like, no, those are sparks. I thought it was like, at first I thought it was like maybe dragon's breath or something.
no, this is
it's
just
fucking
really
sparks.
bad
So
animatronics.
my point being, like, James Gunn still sucks.
He's not Michael Bay, so we're doing better. We're doing good. Look at the anger.
James,
I'm not even a James Gunn apologist.
Yes, you are.
Okay?
You-
No, I loved Galaxy 1, right? Guardians of the Galaxy
was
1. But
garbage.
it wasn't because of James Gunn. It was because of Awesome Mix Volume 1. The soundtrack
oh,
sold
the
that movie
soundtrack
for
sold
me.
you, yeah?
Hold on.
That's all that made that was all I needed.
I
And
wish
yeah.
everything wasn't so shiny in my room.
That is
Awesome
shiny.
Mix,
But yeah.
Volume 1.
See?
Wait.
And
Awesome Mix, Volume 2.
2
And then the one no one knows about,
right.
Cosmic Mix.
Yeah.
You know what no one knows
Boom.
about is how to put a cassette in their car.
Where to put a cassette.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So-
if cars don't have cassette players anymore. That's
So
why.
my point being,
You have to get a Bluetooth cassette player.
I don't care. I'm not a big
You
James.
do care.
I'm not a
We've
James
spent the
Gunn
last
fan.
10 minutes proving
No,
that
I
you
think
care.
that's just Andre's way of exiting a conversation superior.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's,
James
that's
Gunn's-
Andre's way of quitting a conversation that he hasn't won
No, I won.
because he has
James
yet.
Gunn,
No,
James Gunn
no,
is garbage.
No,
I won.
You have yet to actually prove your point. That is an opinion.
My point: have you seen like anything that James Gunn's ever directed? Give me one movie that he's done that's like, oh, you're like,
All right, we're going there. Give me a second.
give you an hour.
You know what? I was like, bring up a list of James Gunn movies, and we'll talk about them real
Yeah,
quick.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what
Let's
we're going
close
to do
this
here.
episode with like,
No, we still got to talk about Nintendo Switch shit.
oh shit, okay.
Like, you think I'm not going to bring my own segment into this?
Well, if you're gonna, you need to add it to the list, motherfucker.
No, I don't. That ruins the point. Then you have time to prepare. You don't need time to prepare. Go and dry ball.
All types of questions.
Sorry, my kid's streaming YouTube in the other room, and so my internet is going slow. But just give me a second.
Are you looking
Okay,
for James Gunn hits?
Yeah, he's coming up.
And Google's like looks at you confused, like what?
Google's like, what the fuck? This motherfucker.
No,
Do you
I'm on
mean mental health
IMDb.
clinics nearby?
This motherfucker sucks, yo. Google's like, don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Super. No, okay. He's
That's what
he's
Google-
writing the Peacemaker TV series.
He's writing or running?
Writing.
Oh god, it's gonna suck.
Super, the movie with Dwight,
Fuck is
which
super.
I never actually saw. It's the movie about the superheroes. It's supposed to be like really hardcore.
It's literally just named Super. Like it's such a vanilla
Yeah.
name.
No, it's got Rainn Wilson and
Dwayne
wrote-
the Rock
he-
Johnson. You mean?
no, it doesn't. No, Dwight.
Oh, that shit was
The
garbage. That
Don't
shit
you
was garbage.
put that
I saw
evil
it.
on me, Ricky Bobby!
Okay, I never saw it.
It was garbage. It was garbage. Garbage.
When did it come
I
out?
heard you.
2010. It's on Amazon
okay,
Prime.
okay.
I watched it. Garbage.
Well, I'll add it to
Well,
the
at
list.
this point, your opinion of things means less and less to me as
James Gunn
time
is
passes.
still garbage.
Scooby
Stop
Doo
it. Here's your
2,
best
Monsters
and only-
Oh
Unleashed,
yeah. Garbage.
Dawn of
That
the
was
Dead.
garbage. That was good.
Didn't watch that.
The original Scooby-Doo, 13 Ghosts.
Garbage.
Garbage.
That movie was not great.
Even you were like, okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
You've already said that.
And still garbage.
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
And haven't seen it, but I'm gonna.
Is that like an animated or something?
No, it's
I
actually
don't
a
know,
live
it's in
action.
post-production right now.
But still garbage because it's late.
Starsky and Hutch, the new TV series.
Didn't see that. But saw the movie.
Well,
And
it's
the
only
original.
been announced. It hasn't actually been produced
Yeah,
yet.
I have
Movie
cultural
43
indifference
is
to
the
that.
other one that he was a writer for that I've never seen.
Look,
Um,
why are you on his sack like that? Like he's garbage.
Wait, isn't movie 43 a parody?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
A
No,
series
that
of
was garbage.
interconnected short films follows a washed-up
Yeah.
producer as he pitches insane storylines featuring some of the biggest stars in
He
Hollywood.
foretold his life. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
It's got Emma Stone, Stephen Merchant, Richard Gere, Liv Schreiber, Dennis Quaid, Greg Kinnear, Common, Will Sasso,
You
Kanye.
Seth
you can't throw
MacFarlane.
Common in there like I'm going to give him a pass for that. He's still garbage.
Hugh Jackman, Kate Winslet.
They probably all got paid for garbage.
Yes, they all
Yeah,
got paid
FaceTime.
to be in a movie. That's how freaking jobs work, Andre. Mr. Capitalism.
No, but he's talking about like a talent.
I'm saying
a talent.
like I would not waste my talent on some James Gunn shit. He's like the
Well, you go waste your money on Zack Snyder films that are 4.5 hours long for him to get a complete thought across. And
Ooh.
I'll enjoy my 2-hour James Gunn
like
sing-alongs.
sausage fest.
sing-alongs. So wait,
I'm sorry, my what?
Let's just say he's really good at zombie movies. Can we just agree to that?
No, he's not. That was terrible. The movie was fucking garbage. All of the rest of them will also be fucking garbage. The whole plot of the movie, when they go into it, is like, oh, we have to get this money. Just kidding. We just need this one head. It's worth way more than all the money in there.
So
and
why do
none
you
of you
keep-
needed
why-
to come
why are
along
you-
in the first place.
why are you giving
I'm
him a
Zack
pass?
Snyder. I rate a great film. Why am I giving who a pass?
We're talking about I messed up there.
You're
So
telling
my
me
point being is
that Batista,
we're
his death scene was not worth watching that movie?
we're talking about
Batista was one of the worst parts of that movie.
we are comparing Justice League Snyder Cut
Yeah,
to
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sure. Volume 1.
Sure. I'd rather watch Zack Snyder's joint before James.
I'd rather watch Guardians of the Galaxy twice. In fact, I've watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or 4 times since I last watched Zack Snyder's monolith of a fucking
Okay,
movie.
so what is my homework here? Watch Snyder Cut.
Yeah,
and
watch a
then-
4.5 hour fucking snuff film.
You're so bitter, yeah.
No, I'm just being an asshole now.
Versus
No,
like
I mean, like, I enjoyed Snyder Cut. Like, I'm not saying that Zack Snyder can't be a good director. I'm just saying that
He has yet to be
fucking
a good
Army
director.
of the Dead was so bad
Yeah, but I'm
that it
not
completely
talking-
reversed my opinion on him,
And that's-
on his
but that's
ability
not-
as a director after watching both that and Snyder Cut.
And I'm saying that every movie that James Gunn has done has not impressed me. None of them have impressed me.
That's fine. I'm saying I enjoy James Gunn's style of movie more
It takes him
than I
It takes him
enjoy
3 movies.
James
or
than
4
I enjoy
movies,
Zack Snyder's.
4 movies to schlab a knob, and for Zack Snyder,
And Zack Snyder just needs one 5-hour movie to do that.
where he actually
you
gets
guys-
like he gets a double,
aggression.
right?
He gets a double what? A
He gets
double
a-
knob slob on himself? Good for him. Like,
He connects on the ball and gets a
he
double.
busts a nut twice?
I'm just saying, like, I'd rather, like, I'm not impressed by Zack. By your boy.
You're right. I'm not
by
impressed
James
by
Gunn.
Zack Snyder
James
either.
Gunn's, like, all of his shit's garbage to me. Justice League Snyder Cut was a better movie. They should never release this shit with Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon.
Piece of
yeah.
shit. Like, except for Buffy.
I think Joss Whedon hurt his reputation. with
What
that
about
one. Not
Avengers?
Avengers was great.
Like, I still.
But that was his baby to build.
No,
Yes,
Avengers,
that's what I'm
he
saying.
was-
You should have
actually,
said
I mean,
he was
like,
my
fuck Joss Whedon, except for Buffy.
My favorite part of Avengers was when the Hulk manhandled Loki.
Loki.
Okay.
The rest of the movie was fucking butt-ass garbage.
So beyond the Buffy the Vampire Slayer work he did, Joss Whedon has a really sweet spot in my heart because of Firefly, and then Serenity, of course.
No, he doesn't get that pass for me.
I love that movie.
Joss Whedon used to get a pass from me for Firefly and Serenity. He no longer does. Is
that just because of that one movie, that one DC
No,
movie?
Firefly.
No,
got
it's not
canceled
just because of
after
that one
fucking
DC
season.
movie. It has absolutely. I've never seen the Joss Whedon version of the Super Friends.
Oh my god.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we have gone to a very lonely place.
Yeah, this will be the last episode that's ever going to be aired. Thank you for coming.
Oh my gosh.
I just want to be clear. I still love you. Like this absolutely in no way, shape, or form affects my relationship with Andre.
This is not personal. Like I don't
No.
care. I don't have to agree with everybody.
It's just amazing how fucking wrong you are about Zack Snyder.
Yo, his pass is now Justice League Snyder Cut, and like,
Yeah, you'll give him a pass for Justice League Snyder Cut, but I can't give fucking James Gunn a pass because I like the soundtrack of his movie.
the fucking soundtrack. You didn't like the goddamn
Soundtrack is
movie.
awesome.
I liked the movie too, but the soundtrack was what made it for me. I'm
Jesus.
sorry.
I still
I'm a very
listen to it.
musically connected person.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, thank you,
I
Joe.
No, I still listen to it. It's literally on my phone for like when I go to bed because I listen to it and go to bed. But but also I have the vinyl record in my.
Don't you
library.
remember me playing that nonstop?
I'm not hating the music. I'm saying like the fucking movie was garbage. The music was great. Yeah, sure.
The first movie was not garbage.
You know, like watching Chris Pratt
Yo,
getting
Chris
kicked
Pratt
in the balls
is-
numerous times.
I understand.
I
Not everybody
like-
loves.
You don't like
Chris
you didn't
Pratt.
like that jail scene where he's sweating into the camera.
I like Chris
Well, that
Pratt,
was-
but I think that he's sabotaging his own career. If I'm
Yeah,
being
I agree with that. I mean, like,
I think
Chris-
he's chasing his stardom for sure.
yeah, and those are the things where it's like, look,
but that has nothing to do with Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't think the story was that good either. And I'm not even trying to get to like the print semantics of the movie. I'm just saying like it was not very cohesive. And the second one was it was very egregious to the print and the story.
Yeah, I understand
and
the
the
issues
story.
that people have.
Oh
with the
no,
second
it had nothing to do with the comics.
Right.
No,
But it was
it used the characters in a way off
bastardized
board
like the first movie, and that's where it's like, look, if they didn't have Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I probably would have liked Guardians of the Galaxy 1, to be honest with you. But they
this
all right.
this is
I
what I'll
don't
say
even
on
know
that.
what I'm doing
This-
on this
this-
podcast
this is-
anymore.
This is what I'll say on that.
If they hadn't made
Guardians
the
of
second
Galaxy-
movie, I might have liked the first movie more. Like, what the fuck?
Guardians
Just appreciate
of
them
the
as
Galaxy.
their own individual entities.
No, they're not, because they try
That's
to
like saying I only appreciate the Zack Snyder cut because I saw the shitty Joss Whedon one, and if I'd never seen that shitty Joss Whedon one, I never would have liked the Zack Snyder cut.
Time out.
For fuck's sake!
The new Spider-Man made me like the other Spider-Mans. So a movie that came out afterwards can change your image, and that's what
Joe, you've
older
got to
movies
stop
are like.
smoking crack.
No, I actually
I don't
understand
smoke- I
exactly
smoke
what he's
cigarettes.
saying because it does like there, and I think there's an element of just like the nostalgia of it, but there is something
It's-
about it that does kind of make you like want to go back and watch those movies again.
Well, yeah,
I
it's
watched-
a new light.
I watched
It's a whole
Guardians
new
of
The
Light.
second
I watched-
Amazing Spider-Man was awful. Just to
Yes.
be clear, like the Jamie Foxx
Yeah.
one was so bad.
And so, wait, hold on. Let me get this in before you guys
All right.
yell at each other again like parents. So, Disney is doing an excellent job of taking old stuff that we hated and tying it into new stuff that we like, so that we could like the old stuff.
Except for Guardians of
And
the
buy
of
the old
Galaxy
stuff.
2.
As for Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, I never liked what they did to this characters because they went way off. It's like they took the image of them, but they're not the characters from the comics. But that's okay because one, I have to keep telling myself this isn't the same universe. They're in a different universe. And two, they're taking the pretty much irrelevant characters, and they rewrote them to such a mainstream appeal that they're the top like ticket earning like movie, like just on its own merits. Like not high grossing, but they sell the most toys, they sell the most apparel, they sell the most music, obviously, because I have all of it. So. So yeah,
But they took that second movie, right? Seriously, and this is what made me not like. I liked it the first time I saw it. When they came up with the second one, I thought like, oh, they're going to expand the story, right? Mm-hmm. And you're going to make me fact check myself and watch the movie and say, oh, this is where you shit on the first movie. A good majority of the second movie was shitting on the first movie. You look at Drax, and it was like, I didn't mean to do that. You look at Groot.
Yeah, Drax had a lot of emotion.
And it was just like, what do you...
I agree. The second one was not as good. I did not enjoy the second one as much as I did the first one.
And look what they did to Ego.
The second movie maybe not like the first movie. Like, and I was never like, oh, I think Guardians of the Galaxy is a dope comic. I've never thought that.
What is
It was just like...
I'd never heard of Guardians of the Galaxy prior to, like, the movies coming out.
That's my point. You had to be a real
so for me, it was
Marvel
just,
Comics to find it out.
It was just like, the second movie really made me not like the first movie, because I think the second movie in some aspects, you look at the where they could have like brought Adam Warlock in, and they could have brought Nova in, and they shit all over that. And it made me...
Dude, I thought they were going to do something with Nova.
But don't you think that part of that was because they were specifically trying to get to the Infinity War stuff?
No, I think it was James Gunn, legit, like, stroking...
It's amazing the amount of sway that it seems that you think that Kevin Feige gives these
like, literally, he took this...
He does,
he took
but
the
doesn't
script.
Because that's what happened with Ragnarok.
He took the script to G3 and rewrote it. He rewrote parts of G2 because of like what was happening in the MCU. So he had a story mapped out, but he pulled some things back and he like changed a lot of things. So rumor has it,
but it was all. But you just said that it was to fit into what they were doing
because like he was fucking around with Suicide Squad,
right?
And he did not get.
Well,
he was
splitting his.
Ability. Yeah, he didn't get the jump on the script, and he had to rewrite pieces. I'm like, so if you had that much sway, like, make your story be consistent.
I'm having a hard time following you on that bit.
I don't think James Gunn is that like.
I'm not trying to sit here and.
I think if like for me to like James Gunn, I think for me to like James Gunn. Stay away from the screenplay. Just direct the movie. Like, let the writers write the movie and write a strong script, and he'll be in better shape. And I don't have the facts or the receipts to say like, yeah, this is where you effed up. But I can tell you there are a couple things in. I know that in G2, he pulled back and rewrote because like he missed a train on other things.
But I don't
what is
understand
the purpose of giving Star-Lord near godlike powers
to pull
and
it back,
taking it away? Because then even if you do that, it insinuates that he still has some ability to maintain that kind of power.
But he had that in the first one.
You're
about to say praise Jesus, aren't you? Yeah, you're like, please.
But he's right though. It's like they set this shit up, and even the ending of G2, it was kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? It wasn't cohesive at all.
Yeah, my problem was if you're going to set up a character to be that, but like potentially a prince of the universe in essence,
like run with
do something with them more substantial on the big battle, and all they had him do is show up and get kicked in the balls twice. And I'm like, Star-Lord, why are you so depowered right now? Like they almost like they had to just he wrote him in there just to be there.
He was OP with ego, and then like all that stuff went away. And it was just like, what the... It was like G2 maybe not... Well, like, I was happy with G1, right? I was...
Pepper Potts got more stardom in that last fight than he did.
Yeah. I was happy with Guardians of the Galaxy 1. I was like, oh, that was a good movie. Not a big fan of the comic itself. The print never had anything that intrigued me. G2... literally.
What are you doing, Chris? Are you writing up a resignation letter?
No. I was adding a note in here that we talked about who's worse, James Gunn or Zack Snyder, while also trying to pay attention to what Andre was
I'm just saying, like, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 made me not like Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
And I like on one level, I understand that. I just, at the same time, I feel like I can look at both movies and say, was Guardians 2 everything I hoped it would be? No, but that doesn't make me feel like Guardians 1 was somehow less of a movie that I really enjoyed the first time through. Like, I'm struggling with that piece of it. But
I'll sit in the middle. I would say I enjoyed both movies for what they are, but the second one missed a lot of marks.
Okay.
That had damaging effects for the other movies.
Yeah, it was kind of like, hey, if you would have done like Guardians of the Galaxy 1, right? And said like, yo, I'm going to have fun with the movie. It's kind of like the opposite of Thor, right? Let's make it a serious movie. There's high stakes. And let's just turn it into a fucking buddy cop film. The third one. Because everybody wants to see that. Fuck you, I didn't want to see that. That's kind of how I feel about Guardians.
Would you think that if Guardians of the Galaxy didn't make a second one, waited for the Infinity War saga to end, and then made the second one the chase to get Gamora, that would have been a better choice?
That would have been a lot better move. But I get it. I think I understand. I can conceptualize what they're doing with their timeline. I got it. But it's like if that's the case, then you have to draw back the directors from their own to an extent. To their own bent.
I hear what you're saying, and I'm sure that there is an element of that. I just think that there's at the same time that pressure coming from the top down to say you've got to hit X date. Like Guardians 2 has to come out here. It's not a matter of when do you want Guardians 2 to come out. Which story do you want to tell?
I'm not arguing that point. I'm saying don't degrade the content. Don't degrade what.
But that's not. I'm saying that's. I don't think that is exclusively James Gunn's decision and or fault. That all of the blame lies with him.
He's the biggest victim.
But I'm saying that he's kind of doing what he's telling the story he feels like he can tell.
Got fired from Disney, and they brought him back because people were pissed.
Because people enjoyed the fucking first movie so much, man. People liked the first movie so much, they made a big fucking deal about bringing him back for the second one.
And then
everybody, except for you, apparently, who loved it, and then went and watched some other movie and went, somehow that decreases my opinion of the first movie I saw, even though it was made well before this one.
I think what Andre is saying
I want to
is
go be angry about this somewhere.
They sold him on a concept he didn't know he would like with the first one, and then the second one
didn't deliver.
They didn't deliver.
Yes. I get that. I mean, I come back to Iron Man 2. No, I'm going to sit here and say that Iron Man 2 did not deliver what I wanted Iron Man 2 to deliver. But I still look at Iron Man 2 and go, I'll watch that.
You're being an asshole because you're not expressing the fact that it didn't deliver. I'm saying G2 messed up G1.
Did just sit here and say I did not enjoy G2 as much. And I'm still sitting here saying that I don't think anybody appreciates Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League if you don't have the Joss Whedon version in order to compare it to. That's my point.
Andre, what did you ask me?
You understand what I'm saying. I'm literally saying he's saying the same thing about Iron Man 2. It's I'm just saying I think G2 ruined G1.
Because I'm not saying that Iron Man 2 made me go back and go, man, Iron Man 1 was a worse movie because they made the one with Mickey Rourke.
I'm just saying what I'm saying.
That's literally what you just said.
But asshole, I'm saying I'm saying if they would have done a better job with G2 and figured out a way to make it better.
Yeah, then the second movie would have been a better movie.
I think they did the best they could with G2 as they could be given that time period, because it honestly, if you look at where all the movies came out of, it was thrown in there. Yes. It was kind of we know people want a second movie quick, but we don't want you to screw up the rest of the stuff we have built up.
And they had to put them in a position so that Thor and Loki and Asgard could run into them out in the middle of nowhere.
So it was very point A to point Z, but they didn't really line it well up in the middle.
And that's okay.
So, like,
I'm just saying I didn't fucking like it. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, I didn't fucking like it.
but my issue with it is that you're sitting here going back and like it's like you want to go back and re-edit your review of the first movie because you saw the second one. And my feeling is that that's bullshit. You can't sit here and say that the first movie was worse because they made the second one.
I can't.
Like,
and I
Beverly
did.
Hills Cop 1 is not worse because they made Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Actually, it is.
It's not. It's not. You just pretend like it didn't exist.
No.
Indiana Jones. No, Indiana Jones. No, fuck you. Indiana Jones and the Legend of the Crystal Skulls is a movie that was never made. That movie never got made. It does not exist. Fans pretend like there were only 3 fucking Indiana Jones films. That is a thing that happens. We don't acknowledge the fact that this fourth one exists because it just doesn't mesh with the rest of it.
Okay, episode, clip title, and how do motherfuckers disagree about movies that are made?
Nuclear fridge. That's what I'll call it, the nuclear fridge paradox.
Oh,
Don't
God.
even get me started on that.
Oh, that is a name of this clip.
To hear the rest, tune into this week's episode of The Chris and Andre Show.